to Egypt, going through the Red Sea, and into the desert wanderings as they're on their way to the promised land. And in that natural story, we learn some valuable and powerful spiritual truths for our lives as we're on our incredible journey. Now, this past Sunday, in part 4 of our series, we learned some amazing things. Way too many for me to tell you in a short little video. So if you missed this last weekend, you need to go get caught up on any one of our social media platforms, on our iTunes, wherever, and find out what God is teaching us through this story. But I want to point out a couple really important things we learned. And one that we learned through the Israelites as they went past the bitter waters of Marah, and God's taken them through the desert of sin, is this: if you want to start well, which is our main point, you have to stop looking back and start looking forward. The problem with the Israelites is they were always looking back to their slavery thinking, oh man, it was better when I was a slave in Egypt. That's a lie. You know, oftentimes in our life, we look back and think, oh man, my life was better when, or we look back on our hurt and we can't seem to get past it. I want to give you a valuable truth today. You do not belong to your past. You belong to God's future. Jesus said, anyone who puts their hand to the plow and looks back is not fit for the kingdom of God. Your past is just that. It's in the past, so leave it behind you. The other thing that we learned, which is a valuable truth, if we're going to start well, I have to stop stressing and start trusting. God rained down manna from heaven for the people of Israel every day, and he said, don't keep any until tomorrow. Man, could you imagine going to bed every night realizing I don't have any food in the pantry, I don't have any grocery stores to go to, there's no Walmart, there's no Winco, there's no Grubhub? I mean, horror. Can you believe that? They had to trust in the Lord. You know, OCD is not a spiritual gift. God might have made you organized, he might have made you a planner, but at some point you need to rest in him that he's going to provide for you, and he already did. Because Jesus is the manna that came down from heaven that provides for every spiritual need that we have. We learned some awesome truths this past Sunday on how to start well. I'm believing God's going to help you learn from these. And I want to invite you this tomorrow, actually Wednesday, is our first Wednesday service as we get together as a church family and we worship him and learn from his word. And don't miss any part of this series. We're believing that God is going to do the greatest thing ever in your life as you come into a closer relationship with Jesus. The best